managed to work out how to do the reverse bit before we start, so we don't have all that finger thing going on at the beginning. So
she says we, it was all of it.
Yeah, my finger thing. So we are already in situ reversed for you, so you can see the picture behind perfect. I need to say, oh, cheers. I hope you've got yours ready too.
Cheers.
So we've been very busy this week.
We've been so busy.
Prepping for today. We've got a
Takes
long
a
way.
long time.
Yeah, this organisation for 1 hour a week, you wouldn't believe it. It really does take a lot of our time.
It takes hours each day just to, you know, get things prepped, figure out what we're going to do, get it to the right place.
Try and get something new as an idea to show you as well, and showing you new products. So we're doing our best.
Yeah.
We're not getting it all right, because sometimes we've got lighting wrong and we've been in with our backs to you, but we're trying to learn every week. So I hope
we're trying to improve each week.
Hi Debbie, hi Georgia, thank you.
And the thing that keeps us going and actually doing this is the fact that you're here watching.
And that you are tuning in regardless of seeing too much of our backs. So, first things first,
right.
We've all, as always... Hi Debbie.
Thursday again. I know, it's been such a quick week,
We're going to do our prizes. So if you remember, last week was a Fairy Chic week. That's Noodle, that means we've got a customer. He likes to meet and greet.
That's alright though, Paula's husband's there to sort all
Yeah,
that
we
out.
haven't, really sadly, we haven't got a Liz here today. She's poorly. So my husband's offered to step in and man the shop. So thank you. So, chalk paint, Fairy Chic. You might be able to see it this week. Let me see. Fairy Chic paintbrush and Fairy Chic gold wax.
Which is gorgeous.
Yeah, really, really nice.
Really can't wait to start trying that.
So come on out. These are all the shares that we had. Thank you so much, guys, for writing shared underneath.
And including the YouTube shares. We're getting so many of those
even
now.
if you've shared from YouTube, promise you're in this. So,
who've we got?
Who've we got? Oh. Carol Mancini.
Lovely, well done, Carol. So they'll be winging their way over to you.
PM me your address and we will get it sorted. Those of you that have won in the past, there is some delay in packaging. We're busy, but they are coming, I promise you. So, Carol Mancini, please PM me your address and we will get these 2 items off to you as soon as we possibly can. Well done.
And thank you for sharing. What have we got up this week?
Well, this week, as promised, is I'm doing a bit of steampunk today.
She likes her steampunk.
So for me, this week has, you will see in a minute, is all about Tim Holtz, who is the king, as far as I'm concerned, of craft and steampunk. So
we have got, so that you can decorate your pieces. These are great, you know, either as furniture embellishments or scrapbooking. You know, if you're a crafter and you like to scrapbook, these are fantastic. You know, not just for the painters out there.
I'm going to be using a whole load of this stuff on my piece so you can get an idea of what you can do with it. This is the other thing up for grabs, made with my fair hands. This is 2 lovely cherubs, yeah. So just size-wise, they're about the length of my finger. So I've used them on a bit of furniture. They go really well.
They're really pretty.
Really nice moulds for you to use as well. So those 2 are this week's prizes for you. All you've got to do is share this video to your Facebook page and write underneath in the comments shared. Then we know that you've shared. And then you will get ripped up onto a bit of paper and put in the jar next week for the next prize. Thank you, Patricia. You've already shared.
Fantastic.
And Annette, you got to see us.
Oh, hi. It's winging its way to you now.
That's last week's winner. Hi. Lovely for you to join us. Right.
What are you working on at the moment? Let's start with you.
Well, this is a bit of a monstrosity of a piece. I'm going to show you. Look at it. Look what I've done. Can you see that?
Doesn't it look pretty?
It started off as quite a retro piece to start with, but I do love writing bureaus. So I had this idea that I would use salt wash.
So many people have messaged about this.
I know, lots and lots of people are asking, and I did have somewhere her card, bless her. Claire Taylor, Made with Love, is in our group on the paint forum. She's a stockist in the UK for this, so she can post you out some if you want to have a go when you've seen what I've managed to do with it.
Okay, so that's Claire Taylor.
Claire Taylor.
Okay.
CLAIRE. So you can message her too. So this was a bit of a last minute thing because it only arrived yesterday and we were like, oh, is it going to turn up? But it's turned up and I've got in here first thing this morning and cracked on. So knowing it was coming, I thought I was going to do, well, it's salt wash. It kind of had a sea theme, didn't it? And
yes.
I thought I would do a beach, I'll do starfish, I'll do something sea. And then I came in and started looking through all my cardstock for the background. And then I came across this that actually Manda gave me quite some while ago,
And it needs to be
which
used.
is Tim Holtz.
It's right up your street.
It's right up my street. Look, I'm going to show you some of these gorgeous papers. Now, before I did furniture, I used to do crafting and make books and stuff like that. But these cardstocks are absolutely perfect to mix and match to go in the back of these cupboards.
Yeah.
So.
And for general decoupage, I mean,
Yeah,
they really do work well. I've done one on a trunk before now, and it was a travel one, so it really, sort of incorporated that theme.
I don't know how, and it would be interesting to know if anyone's tried it, if image transfer works.
Then we're going to have to try it.
And
let you know.
It would be really interesting if anyone's ever tried image transfer from a cardstock.
Yeah, we'll try
I
that.
would
Depends
like
on
to
whether
know
the ink
that.
is sort of strong
Yeah.
enough, doesn't it? Right, we'll give that a go, promise.
So I have cracked on and cut all this out and stuck it all on with PVA glue because you'd have just had my back to you the whole time. So that's done. This has been painted in the final colour, which is like a cream. That was a mission in itself because there was loads of bleed through.
Yes.
And then I've cracked on with the salt wash.
I know. There will be close-ups as well of the interior there, so you can see the cardstocks.
Now
And close-ups of...
the salt wash came with a measuring jug, and what was useful about it is because you can mix the salt wash with any kind of paint. So you can mix it with milk paint, latex paint, acrylic paint or chalk paint, and depending on which kind of paint you mix it with depends on the amount of salt wash you add to it.
Right.
So some
So the
more,
proportions
some
change
less.
a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, milk paint, 14 ounces of paint, only 8 ounces of salt wash. So it's
I think
quite a
it'd be
big
really
difference.
interesting trying it with the milk paint,
Yeah,
because the
it
milk
would.
paint's quite chippy
Chippy
in
already.
itself. Yeah.
But chalk paint is 16 ounces to 12 ounces. Now there is a measuring jug, but I didn't want to mess it up and put paint in it, so I just kind of guessed it. So what I did was, now this is all drying out now, but I thought I'd use a chippy brush, just a really cheap brush because it would give me more texture. And I poured the paint into it like a dollop, and then I sprinkled a whole load of the salt wash on top and mixed it up. Now the salt wash in itself comes with a little blue scoop, so it's really easy. So I just kind of winged it that I needed slightly less than half, and then mixed it up, and it was really pasty and thick. And then I've used my chippy brush with 3 different colours. I mixed up 3 different pots and used the chippy brush to really give it lumps and bumps, and I'll show you close up. There is loads of texture.
It has got a beautiful texture.
Loads
on
and
here.
loads of texture.
Lovely.
Now I have used some other texturing stuff in the past, and I've used a palette knife to get a different kind of texture, so that works as well. But this is the first time I've used salt wash, and the first time I've sort of done this, and I did this morning so that it would have plenty of time to dry. So the next stage is to go over the whole piece with my cream, and that's obviously going to be a bit boring, but I'm going to do it while we chat, and then it will take some time to dry. My future plan for next week, which you'll see, is back onto these Tim Holtz, and I collect, this is one of my collections, I don't know if you can see this, all these keys and cogs and things, and then Manda, my bestest friend, has arrived.
Bestest friend today.
Yeah, just for today. Has arrived with all these Tim Holtz. And so I've got to find a way of putting almost all of them, quite a lot of them,
Calm down.
on the front. But I need to get the white done, and then I need to sand it down before I can sort of start with the real pretty embellishment.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
will sort of you know, show all the different colour paint effects then.
So that's me. Sorry, I've been waffling quite a while, but quite a lot's been going on.
There's been a lot of prep
I've
work.
caught you up. I'm going to start painting and let Manda tell you what she's been doing.
Okay. Again, I've previously done so. I've prepped this for you.
Hi, Sarah.
I've gone in with purples and pinks underneath. You've seen me do that before, where I just literally slapping it on. so that I've got a lot of paint on there, so that when I distress it back, that will come through and that will show where all the peaks of the paint are. Okay, so I've done my purples and pinks underneath. I've then gone over and done my cream. It's the same colour I used when I was doing my wardrobe the previous 2 weeks, because it is part of the same series, so I want to keep all the colours the same. It's going to have pretty much the same look. So again, still going for that sort of old French look where possible. So that's what we've got to now. I've sanded it back so that some of that original purple and pink is now revealing itself. Okay. It has this beautiful mirror on the top. Now what I've done with the mirror is I've gone in with a gold metallic paint. And there's a reason for that, I'll come to in just 1 second. Okay. I've also gone in and put mouldings on it. Again, because I want it to have that sort of old French look. Traditionally they would have lots of mouldings on them. So we've got several mouldings going on. I've put in, these mouldings are lovely. These are sort of fake keyholes. I'll get a close up of those later, because this doesn't lock, it hasn't got a key, never has done. But I thought that would be quite nice. So we've done that.
They're IOD as well.
They're all IOD.
And you've made them with resin.
Made them with resin this time. And stuck them on with this, which is wonderful. Now Paula put me onto this, and it's called No Nonsense, and it's a 2-part glue. So what you would do is you would use this part to glue the back of your moulding, then you're going to spray where you want it to go, and then join the two together. Now it joins very, very quickly.
Everything.
Yeah. There is no...
And your fingers.
And your fingers. My fingers are so glued together. We got Sue and we've got Fiona just joined us. Hi. So yeah, this is fantastic stuff. Doesn't give you any wiggle room. It really does bond instantly. Okay, but it is fantastic. Also what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using, again, some IOD stamps to French it up again. Okay, so they're going to be stamped in gold, so we'll get round to doing that later. But getting back to the mirror, I am very happy to say I ordered some foils.
It's been about the post this week.
It's all been about the post. You're waiting for the salt wash, and also waiting for. I ordered these foils from
gorgeous.
Mandy. Crossland?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sorry, beg your pardon, Mandy.
For a second there.
The name was gone. From Mandy Crossland.
Who's the UK distributor for Artisan Enhancement.
Did you get that?
Yeah, she's the UK distributor for Artisan Enhancement. She's in the group as well. So if you want anything, just message, and then she'll get in touch with you.
Yeah, we'll put this on a link later so that Claire Taylor, Mandy Crossland, you'll know exactly where to find them. Now, these are lovely, and thank you, Mandy, for getting them to me so quickly. Really couldn't do this today without you, so thank you. So I'm going to be using these metallic foils. There's it's like a champagne gold and a lovely rose pink. These are going to be going on here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do with my piece is to put the foil size on, because that does take, I've lost it already. The foil size takes 15 plus minutes to get tacky, and you need it to be tacky before you do anything else. If you rush it, it's not going to work.
Right.
Yeah, so you have to be really patient with it. Hello Jeanette, hello Louise. So yeah, I just need to find my foil size and I can get going.
Now you've got a different brand of foil size, haven't you, this week?
Yes, I have. Oh, I put it over here.
Yeah.
Had it ready
Where
for
did
you.
get that from? Is it Hobbycraft?
No, this is an Annie Sloan that I picked up from Sue at Thomas and Lucia in Christchurch.
Yeah.
Visit her site, she's got some interesting news for you as well. So that's Sue at Thomas and Lucia. Okay, so straight in with this foil size.
It's happening again.
And I'm going to put it on. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to put it on. Just had my lunch. With a stencil brush, because I really want to get it. It's got to go all over the mirror, and I want to stipple it on. Okay, so let's get going with this.
And so to note, the first coats of all that colour were mixed with the salt wash, but once that's dry, this coat is just going on plain paint, no salt wash in it. And actually, you can see the texture a million times more.
It's really coming through that.
Really
texture, isn't it?
shows now with the light colour on top, and it's already looking better for not looking like an army piece. We seem to be doing quite a lot of army pieces at the moment, don't we?
We are. They all look very camouflaged, don't
Yeah.
they?
Obviously you could just put one colour underneath, but I quite liked the idea of, I chose the colours because of the card stock that I'd used, the colours that were in it, so that it would show through. Obviously we're not going to put two coats, you can already see some of the red because it's quite a bold colour showing through, but we shall see.
Hope you can see this. I mean, there's nothing really to see, but what I'm having to do is to make sure I go over every little bit. I do not want any gaps when I come to putting my foil
I'm quite
on.
excited to see you doing this because I haven't seen this done.
No, it's using a slightly different way of using your foils. Rather than putting the foils straight on, well, I'll show you because it's going to be quite exciting.
Yes.
I think you'll like it.
You'll just have to wait and be
You have to wait
patient.
and see. Be
You
patient.
just have to wait.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of decoration on this piece. I want it to look very feminine, keeping its French style. These mouldings, I mean, they're absolutely fantastic for adding detail and making things a bit more 3D, giving that lovely effect.
And even if you get gaps where they're not quite flat, you can just bung a load of chalk paint in and bulk it up a bit, can't you?
Yeah,
You can just
yeah.
like fill in the gaps.
Exactly.
So that works fine. Hi Kayla, hi Joe. Really nice of you to join us. It doesn't actually tell us until afterwards how many have joined us, so we just see a few names popping up at a time, but
Yeah.
it doesn't
So
say.
forgive us if we don't see
If
you.
we've missed you, we will say hello afterwards, I promise.
And any comments, any questions, we always take those on board, and we will get back to you on those. We'll answer everybody. So you were going to tell me something
About my hair.
about, yes. She's been keeping it. She said, "I'm not telling you." She said, "I'll tell you on the live."
Well,
So what have you done?
what have I done? Well, I've been dyeing my hair since I was about 15, I think. I've had every colour you can possibly imagine. And I was blonde for a very, very long time. And then of the last few years, I've gone quite red, which I like. But red's a really difficult colour to maintain because the dyes, they just wash out really, really quickly. And literally, when you have a bath, it looks like someone's died in the bath. So when my kids go, "Can I get in after you?" and then they come in and go, "No, I'm not getting in. I'm going to be bright red everywhere." And in fact, there has been times where I've been so hot and sweaty in the shop, I've got red trickles running down my face. Yeah, because it just washes out so quickly. Anyway, I'm kind of one of those people that I don't get to do much retail shopping
How do you find the time?
because I don't
for a
have the
start?
time. So I tend to be a victim of like late night shopping online. Oh, I fancy that, fancy that. Anyway, this thing came up on Facebook about buy your own hair dye and have it especially made just for you, your own colour, and you have to fill out this whole quiz. No, like I fell for it. Sinker. I was like, I thought that's brilliant. Buy one get one free. Wasn't too expensive, and I thought, well, I don't have to go shopping for it then, and it was going to cover my greys because I've got a lot of grey going on. So yeah, so I've got this kit. No joke, I was proper impressed, right? The actual box isn't very fancy, but when you open it, it's got Paula's colour written on the bottle. Paula's colour. And it's even got this little sticker that you put on the wall, and you can peel off a little circle and stick the instructions up on the wall next to the mirror.
It's a bit fancy,
I mean,
isn't
yeah,
it?
posh.
Who
proper
thought of
posh.
that?
I thought I've got posh hair colour. So, and then it's got stain preventer to put a little pouch of that, and then stain remover in case you've missed anything, and brushes and gloves and you name it. It's all things like, and in fact, impressively, it even has a poem. It's a poem on the box.
You'll fall for anything.
And I was just, well, I am posh now. I'm posh. So I went for it. I put it all on. This was last night, by the way. I thought I needed cheering up. And and I had quite a lot of roots. Now, I don't know if you can see, It's covered it pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with the coverage. It's not very red.
No, but the
But
coverage is good.
it's covered it pretty well. But I was halfway through, well, I say halfway through, I was 10 minutes into washing it off in the sink, with my head over the sink, and I said to my husband, "Are you there?" Because I couldn't see a thing. And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Can you feel my hair? It doesn't feel right at all." And he's felt my hair. It seriously felt like I had tar in my hair. Like really, really, I just couldn't get it out. And so in the end, my neck was killing me so much that I said, I'm going to have to go get in the shower. So I staggered upstairs with my hair all like this. And I was in the shower for an hour. I feel it. Like, this is why it's up today. It still feels, you can feel the stuff in there.
It's not too bad, but it's a bit, it feels thick.
It feels like it's got tar.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I'm going to have another long shower. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I've got the poshest shampoo ever.
What on earth was in it?
I don't know, but it wouldn't come out. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to wear a wig tomorrow.
Oh no. I mean, I've put some dreadful things on my... I can remember, oh God, I was in my teens, early teens, and I've got naturally very dark brown hair, very dark. And for some reason, you know what teenagers are like, I wanted it black. I was desperate for jet black hair.
You were an emo.
I must have been going through something along those lines, but yeah. And my mum didn't want me to have anything that was like permanent. She wasn't really okay with all that. She brought home this henna stuff.
Oh, I like henna.
It stank.
Oh yeah, no.
It stank like, and it looked like camel dung.
Yeah, it does.
It was gross. This thing stunk the place through. Again, couldn't get it. Flipping stuff off. I'm sure she did it to put me off ever dyeing my hair again.
That was my student days, was mixing a tub of £5 henna powder.
Try some coconut oil, says Annette.
Oh.
Yeah, that would probably...
I literally put about 5 lots of shampoo on my hair to get it out. It just feels like it's got product on it.
So are you going to write a review?
Oh. It was buy one get one free, so I got another one. Perhaps I'll put that up for next week's raffle.
Yeah. Who fancies being a redhead? Made with tar. Doesn't smell though.
No, it smelled nice. I was quite impressed. I was reading the poem and showing off to my daughter about the posh hair, and it was all going well until
it wasn't.
Until I got to the sink. Yeah. So I'd love to hear your hair disaster stories, guys.
Well, as you know, I mean, I've given up now. I am allowing the whole thing to go grey, so yeah.
No, I can't have that. See, when I was blonde, it didn't show as much, to be honest, because I had highlights, so it hides it. But when it's dark, it shows a lot more. But I started going grey as soon as I had my first child. Like, I was quite young, I think.
There's something to be said there, isn't there, really?
Yeah, it's his fault.
Children. Okay, so I'm just going over this just again, just to make sure that I've got every bit covered.
I've got quite, look.
It's quite important to me. Sorry if I've got my back to you. Hey, but you get to see me in the mirror. Yay! And then while this is getting itself tacky, I can move on and get on with the decoration of the main piece.
Mine's a bit of a problem.
Why?
Well, it isn't. It's that I've done it and I need to do the sides, obviously, but that will put me out of sight. And then I can't really do anything until it's dry.
Just turn it.
Yeah, I can turn it this way. But I can't do the sanding.
No.
Until it's dry. Can you see the edges there? Yeah, you can see it.
Okay. I think that's pretty much all of it covered.
Georgia misses you too, is well.
Is that one of George's friends?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Georgia's got back to school today.
Oh!
It was killing her to get up this morning.
Mine went back to school on Monday. My daughter H. And yeah, we've had quite a week of getting her to school because she's been absolutely fine about going to school. That's not been a problem. But getting her there, the traffic's been absolutely horrendous. For any of you that are local, the Wessex Way, or Spur Road as some people call it, that's down to one lane. So it's backing up traffic everywhere in the area. Everyone's trying to find different routes.
Yeah, you tried to be clever about it.
Well, I did try to be clever about it. Failed miserably. So Monday, day one, it took us 45 minutes to do a 20-minute journey. And, you know, yes, it was first day at school, traffic's going to be bad, the roads are bad. So that was frustrating in itself. Tuesday, the second day, I thought, right, I'll be clever here. I'll take a different route. So, again, if you're local, you'll probably know I went down Matcham's. And it was all going really, really well, and I'm feeling quite smug, you know, driving along, 50 miles an hour, great, until the traffic just stopped. And we were stop, start, creeping along. My car, I don't know whether I told you this.
Oh, you said it was...
It started overheating. There was steam coming out the bonnet, you know. So I'm constantly having to switch the engine off.
It's not...
And then when we start moving it, switch it all on again.
It's getting on, isn't it, your car?
Oh, my car is knackered. I mean, it is.
She's actually got duct tape.
Holding one of the windows up.
Holding one of the windows up.
It's not a great car at the best of times. But it starts overheating. 1 hour and 15 minutes to do a 20-minute journey. Not happy.
No.
So today I went back along the normal route, thinking I'm not going to try and be clever today. And it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as I'd anticipated until I get to the airport, because we have to go drive past the airport to get her to her school. And it's not a huge airport, it's just one of these local airports. It's kind of got bigger over time as it expanded.
Can you get anywhere that you actually want to go from Bournemouth Airport?
Yeah, it goes pretty much everywhere. Yeah.
No.
Bournemouth International Airport
Every
now.
time I've ever looked up holidays thinking, obviously I want to go from Bournemouth Airport.
Yeah, because it's dead easy.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Does it
I've
not?
ever wanted to go. No, not even to France.
Oh. No, that really surprises me.
You can't go to France.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, well, that surprises me. But yeah, we got there. And you know when you have these lights sometimes, perhaps if it's a train crossing or a cattle crossing or something like that, and you have those lights to stop the traffic. And I've lived here for 21 years, and I go that way constantly. I have never ever seen those lights go on until this morning, when everyone's in a rush. It's rush hour. There's traffic everywhere, and these lights stop us for 10-15 minutes. So that was today's antics.
Was the air blue?
The air was kind of blue. I kind of resigned myself to the fact that we're just going to be late all this week. I mean, I don't know how long these roadworks are going to go on, but the last time they did work on there, it was 2 years, wasn't it? It took 2 years to do the work, and now they're working on it again. So not happy chappy. But anyway, I'm going to get on to the rant over. I'm going to get on with stamping. So I've got my gold metallic paint that you've seen me use before. Pammy's Place. Hello.
Val's in tomorrow. Are you in tomorrow, Val? Yeah, I think you are. Hello, lovely ladies. Oh, bless you.
Who else is that?
Oh, how do you pronounce that? Malay?
Malay,
Hello,
Malia, Klein. Hello to you.
eyesight's
Let us
terrible.
know how to pronounce your name. If you write it for us, like phonetically, we might have a sorry, because names are very important. So yeah, I'm going in now. I'm going to put some. Right, you watch. I'll get this everywhere now, all over my nice painted furniture.
I'm going to watch.
Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. Okay, so a little bit of paint. Just
I
using
wanted
a
to-
tile to roll the paint.
I'm just going to go and get something.
Okay, so I'm just going to decant a little bit of paint onto my tile and get my piece ready. It's quite a large stamp. So just going in with my brayer, loading that up. Need quite a bit on here because you want to get good coverage, but you don't want it slopping everywhere. Okay, so straight onto my stamp, making sure that every bit is covered. This is quite a pretty one. This is Floral Swag, again from IOD.
Out of stock.
Out of stock. Sorry.
We do have a few items still in stock. You can see it on my website. I am regularly updating what's still in stock and what's not. I have done another absolutely mammoth order that we're expecting at some point in September, so that is only this month. So I have taken an awful lot of pre-orders again, and I'm really hoping to be able to honour all of them, but we won't know for sure until we know how many America have issued, and because it's the whole products, all of the products have just taken the world by storm. I don't think anyone anticipated,
and they are fantastic.
How in demand they are. They're just so unique. The girls are on the money,
and every time they come out with something new, it's like, oh, I've got to have that.
Yeah, I know. Well, the knob stamps, wow, and apparently the knob stamps, they come with 2 size tools. So there's this is Georgia who found this out for me, so thank you, Georgia. So there's one for like doorknob size knobs, and one for the small cupboard knobs. So you can buy 2 separate tools. I'm told, I think they're going to be about £15, but I'm not sure on that. But yeah, so once I know a little bit more, I can get my order in. But at the moment, you can only pre-order the actual stamps. But I'm assuming that everyone that buys the stamps will want the tool, so I am going to be ordering as many tools in, so don't worry about that. Yeah, but I mean,
but you know, it's worth the investment.
Yeah, I think they look really cool.
They're gonna really make.
And you can just use them over and over again. Great.
Yeah, really looking forward to those.
I wanted to show you guys. This was the end of the last piece that we did, and can you see the pattern of the stencil? Now what I did, because I didn't show you doing this was a little bit of an experiment after we finished the live, is I put the corner stencil back down. Don't know if I've still got it out, I'm not sure I have, but I put it back down and I used this Stays On ink. It's brown, dark brown, and stamped like so. Stamped over the stencil in so that it went in the holes, and then obviously pulled the stencil off, and then I used a little bit of metallic gold paint just to touch up little bits, because where I'd done the foil size last week I hadn't been very patient, which Amanda's proving much better at than me. Oh, that's looking lovely.
That's
Amanda.
going to be lovely.
Like that. So that's how I finished that up, but I also used this pad to go along the edges and distress up a little bit. Can you see the edges here and here? And because it's permanent ink, it's just dried instantly, but it was a really good way of getting a bit of dark and grunge back into it, so I really liked that effect. So I thought I'd just show you.
That stamp, the brown stamp you used, what I liked about it particularly was that it looks like the wood.
It does. It's dark brown, but it's called ganache on the tub or whatever you call it. I don't know if you can buy it separately, because I bought it as a set.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the colours in there are nice.
Yeah.
But it'd be really useful to have that because of the wood effect that it gives.
Yeah.
Particularly good. On the corners where you've used it. It just highlights that, doesn't it?
For this to dry.
Shouldn't take too long with the window open, should it?
I'm going to see if there's
Hopefully.
anything I can do on the inside here while we're waiting. Now, I had trouble. This is another thing I do on a regular basis: is get this. I paint it, and then it dries.
And it sticks.
And it sticks, and then I go, can you sort it out? Which is what happened today. And then he got cross with me.
It was quite funny.
And we got cross. And he said he didn't love me anymore.
Oh,
but I don't believe him.
Yes. But he was a sweetie. He sorted it out.
He did. He would have been less sweet if you weren't here.
Really? Don't believe that for a
I know
minute.
that for a fact.
I'm just putting on some.
Oh, here we are. Look,
pieces.
she's phonetically.
Oh.
Maya. I think that's Maya.
I can't see
It's the
without
eyesight.
my
The letters are like the.
They're tiny.
Can't get.
And I'm old.
Maya. It's a really
Malia.
nice name. Maya. Maya.
Malia.
Is there an L?
There is. Malia.
Malia.
Give us a thumbs up if Malia is correct. It's a beautiful name.
Hi, Ruth. Oh, thank you,
Hi,
Jeanette,
Jeanette.
for sharing.
Hi, Ruth.
Look, I'm really liking this piece now. It's gone more white.
Yes.
This is
But
looking...
the colours are coming through already,
They
aren't they?
are, and I might need to give a second coat because I don't really want it looking pink.
No.
But that's okay. So, I also have a stencil drawer, and I have some keys. What do you think?
Yes. Do it.
On the inside? There.
Yes.
I quite like that, do you?
Yes. And you can put them sort of...
Higgledy
Yes.
piggledy.
Oh, that'd be... Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
Right. Now, am I going to do it with the ink, or am I going to do it with paint?
Ink.
Should I try it?
You can use the different coloured inks.
Yeah, but I haven't experimented enough. Some of them are quite bright, aren't they?
Sorry, yes, it's not a stamp, is it? It's a stencil. I'd probably go with the paint if it was me.
Yeah. I like that. I've also got, actually, while I'm thinking of it, of my stencils, I've got in a pocketry. Is this another Art Deco?
Yes, it is, because I've got that.
Art Deco, could you like...
It's
you can order this online. I got it in Hobbycraft, I think.
Yeah, that's where
I think
got
I got both of them in Hobbycraft, actually. But I like the hand, too. So we're going to go with some stenciling. Now, my stencil trick, it's not a trick, it's a rubbish trick really, but...
That was a bit of a build-up for nothing.
I'll build it up, knock it down. Right, let's find a decent brush. Have you got a stencil brush?
But I've used it for the
I've got one.
size.
That'll do.
It's all pasty.
So what I do always when I'm stenciling, everyone always asks me how to stop it bleeding, is use a bit of masking tape right up to a couple of mils and wrap it round, because obviously you can take it off afterwards when you're washing the brush out, but it stops the brush, particularly once you've
He's out here.
once you've loaded it up, splaying. It keeps it all nice and tight. So yeah, young Noodle likes having the back door open, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's
Like,
been absolutely as good as metallic oil paint.
He's just down here watching, keeping an eye on things.
Let's move that to one side. I will be doing some stamping on the sides as well, obviously because of space. I can't get to those right now, but again, once we do the pictures, the catch-up pictures and the close-ups, you'll be able to see that
I
as well.
take it all back.
What do you take back?
This stamping looks really good.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I was going, no, it's not going to work. No.
It does work,
She
it looks
got,
beautiful.
She got a bit arsey. She got a bit argumentative. And I had to say, okay, I'll back off.
Never, never. Right, so I need to paint over the rest of the mouldings.
I want you to do the foil size.
I know you do, but I want it to really,
Impatient.
really...
Have you got any chocolate brown with you, by chance?
No. I even thought of bringing it.
And my paints are all behind that table.
Oh, I'm sorry. I insisted on moving the table.
So what colour am I going to do?
Oh, there it is. Sorry, I was looking for my painting opener.
We thought we were completely organised.
We never are.
Wrong. Right, I need to go find a colour. Give me a sec.
Okay. So just going in with the cream. This is a lovely colour. It's an Annie Sloan. And I've used the reason I've used Annie Sloan on the piece is because I want the paint quite thick and gloopy. Some of the paints out there are lovely and smooth, but I wanted something that's really got some oomph and some texture in it. Okay.
Twice is over.
You got what you want.
Well, I am a paint shop after all.
Yes, that is the beauty of it, isn't it, really? If you need some paint, you're the gal.
So I like stenciling in not one colour, just in shades.
Oh, fiery colours.
Yeah, well I'm going to pick out the colour that I've got in the...
Is that because you're in a fiery mood? She does get quite feisty.
Do you want to try? red and a bit of orange in. Again, I will do some close-ups, but all of you that stencil will know that less is more.
Definitely.
Get rid of the excess on your brush. Use the lids. I use the lids to get rid of the excess. It's better to do 2 coats than just one thick one.
And you kind of learn that through
loads of bleeding.
loads of bleeding,
Loads
yes.
of crying.
Yes, we all learn the hard way. We never think it's going to happen to us.
No, I remember having a crisis, and I can't remember if I used. I think I did use chalk paint stenciling. So I used, it was white, and then I put black through the stencil, and then I used, because back in the olden days,
How old are you?
103.
You wee slip of a girl.
I used to use a lot of furniture wax. You know, like bri wax and stuff.
Oh yes.
And well, it doesn't work on stenciling. It smudged the whole thing.
Oh,
But one
no.
sweep, and it went.
So just smudged black.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like anyone just like a little bit subtle? No.
No. So
So-
did you learn from your
I
mistakes?
did. So now I only use, you know, the proper waxes.
Oh no, I'd be devastated. I'd be crying into my paint
I rang my
pot.
friend and said, what should I do? Because it was one of those beautiful French script stencils, so it was really detailed. And obviously it was black, so it really popped out.
Oh, I feel your pain.
I know.
Oh, I've just lost a moulding. And do you know why that is? Because I was in a rush making these mouldings this morning.
Because of the traffic.
Because of the traffic. So when they came out and they were setting, I took it out a bit too quickly, so it's not actually flat. So forgive me for that. I will have to fix that on later. I'm not doing it for you now. Boring.
Well, because we think if you heat it up with a hairdryer,
Yes, it
it
should.
should soften it
Be able
enough
to
to
bend
straighten
back.
it back down.
Oh.
But that's one of the reasons for using your hot glue gun moulds, isn't it? Because it stays very flexible.
Yes. But I
You get through so many.
get through so many, and I like the resin.
Yeah.
I like the.
How do you do your resin? Because I know how I do mine. Because I've got this little radiator here, which is obviously perfectly fine in a workshop that's used to getting mess everywhere. But how do you do it at home?
I just put the oven on to a cool temperature.
Right.
Let the oven warm up. Put the moulds in there.
Yeah,
Leave them
warm
in
the
for a
moulds
couple-
up first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too.
And then I don't know what you mean. I measure out my 2-part resin.
And you put them back in the oven.
No. Then I just let them set,
Alright.
and they take about 10 minutes to
In
set.
a warm room, no windows and wind.
Just in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because I put mine back on top of the radiator,
Oh, do you?
and they cook quicker. Because I have heard some people say that they put them in the microwave and blast them, but I don't know.
Worth trying.
I'm a bit scared.
Might explode.
But it's the transporting it that's the problem. Because of course I warm the moulds up on the radiator and then pour the resin in
Right.
and then leave them on the radiator so they cook. So I don't have to actually move the moulds.
Well, I wouldn't have to move mine.
Because you take them out of the oven.
I'd put them on a tray and move the tray. Instead of moving the moulds
Yeah.
would be on the tray. So that would work. I'll try that actually. Because waiting for them, I mean, it only takes
It'll be
10 minutes.
quicker.
But it's frustrating
Yeah,
if
it'll
you've
be
got to
quicker.
do more than one of each.
Yeah, and
thing.
you do go a bit, you know.
Just crazy. See, I don't cook. Anyone knows me, I don't cook. So the only thing I do use my kitchen for is making moulds.
Oh, look at that! I'm really liking that.
I see. That's
Can you see that?
fabulous.
I'm going to move this so you can see that. Can you see that a little bit? Just a little bit. Hello, Jenny. And hello, Heather. I can read that.
Is that Heather Allen?
Yeah.
Hello, Heather Allen.
Hello, Heather Allen. Is that a friend of yours?
Only a Facebook friend, but she posts some wonderful, wonderful stuff. Yeah, search Heather Allen. You'd be amazed at what she produces.
Yeah.
Right up your street,
That's a
actually.
bit of a shout out, Heather. Well, I will have a look later.
Hello, Hello, Noodle.
Oh, hello, darling.
Do you want painting again today?
Well, he's got a bit of red on him for earlier, and one of the customers asked if he comes.
I always seem to manage to get paint on the dog.
No, I haven't killed him. Oh, the weather's changing out here. Looks like it's going to rain.
It does actually, doesn't it? It's all quite gloomy. Right, I am going to attempt.
Are you going to do the exciting
Da
bit?
da 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 da.
I'm just going to do this hand. I want to see what you're doing. I want to see.
I'm not going to show you. Not going to show you.
Oh, stenciling is laborious. Did you see on the paint forum that somebody had done this chest of drawers completely stenciled in some gorgeous florally, swirly stencil?
Yes, I did, and it looked amazing.
And all I could think of was
How did you get the patience?
bingo wings, frankly. That was all I could think.
Well, maybe she doesn't have that problem.
Well, clearly not, if she got that much done.
No. She's probably got the best
Because
upper arms.
I said,
Ever.
that must have taken ages, and her reply was, no, not that long. So I thought, well,
Right, I am ready to get the beautiful foil onto the mirror. Now, I'll talk you through this because you have to, you want the pretty side to show, obviously, so you want the pretty side towards you, yeah? You want the pretty pink towards you. Now, because I'm going to be doing this slightly differently and I'm going to be stippling it, this boring white bit is the bit that has to go onto the foil size.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be scrunching it up
there's no pink showing.
with no pink showing. Yeah.
Oh, was it called pink? What was it called?
Pink.
Just pink. It's a lovely colour.
I asked Mandy, I wanted just a rosy pink colour.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And that's what I wanted. So,
Yeah.
got the nasty side showing because that's the bit that needs to adhere to the foil size. And I'm just going to go in and
Shall
have
I get the
lots
camera
of
off? Should we have a look at this?
Well, I don't know. Who
Let's have a
knows
look.
whether it works?
See if I can get
This
this.
is my first time doing
Use the
this.
hand. Let's see.
Oh,
yes! Yes, baby!
yes, baby.
Ah!
Oh,
It's like glitter. It is like glitter.
everyone loves glitter.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I've taken quite a lot off there,
Yeah,
you can see.
yeah.
So I'm just going to re-scrunch it, find another
one
white
for a
bit.
girly room.
I know.
Wow. Look, and while we're here, look, have a quick look at my stencils. Let's see if I can get it in that way. So there's the stencil in 2 shades. And I'll put it back on the stand so you can watch us carrying on. Try not to get the hand in. Oh, here we go. Amanda's rapturous now. She is. I think the excitement is whirring round the room as we speak.
Balls. Let's find another nice white bit. I'm so. it's better than I even hoped for.
I thought it would be a lot more subtle than that. Like you'd have to strain to see it, but you can really see it.
Subtle.
No, it's lovely. And then you're going to do gold in between.
Yeah, I'll use the gold exactly the same way. Right. Really mustn't have any of this pink showing because I've now got white bits.
Cool. How very cool.
Let's get a fresh piece.
Oh, this has made her day.
My day is complete. Talk amongst yourselves.
Aren't we funny?
It's game over now for me. Are we on mute?
No, it's just
Oh, just saying.
pressing. Yeah, that foil is amazing, Georgia. I agree.
Oh my word. Birthdays and Christmases all come at once.
I love it. I really love it.
If you don't try this, there's something seriously wrong with you. This, I mean, just even applying it is.
I'm going to just put a little bit more cream over my pink showing bits. I'm not liking it.
Well, you're not.
Well, I like the red, but I don't like pink.
Do you want some pink on yours?
No, pink is not steampunk.
No, it's not.
Now, interesting fact,
So go on.
before we were Fairy Chic Emporium, we were Shabby Chic Rustic Steampunk Emporium.
I think we'll agree that's a bit of a mouthful.
Basically, because we hadn't got a clue what we wanted to do, and we wanted to do a bit of everything, and we didn't want to restrict ourselves, so we just called ourselves everything, so that it could be covered.
You're funny.
I know. Well, originally, when I first started, hubby was much more involved, and he did a lot of the rustic stuff and woodwork, so we had to include that, and obviously I did the painting. That was the Shabby Chic, and the steampunk was a bit of in between. We quite like steampunk. It's taken a while to get over to this country steampunk, hasn't it? A lot of people still don't know what it is.
Yeah. When you try and describe it to people.
They either know or they don't.
Okay, so I'm going in with my champagne
Oh,
gold.
let's have a look.
It's not showing up so much because of the gold background,
Yeah.
obviously, but that's kind of what I envisaged, because I hadn't realised how marvellous it would be.
How marvellous.
How marvellous!
I suppose you could even go back in with the triple brush and the gold paint, couldn't you?
Well,
If you wanted to.
could do, but I'm trying to get it into the nooks and crannies there as well. But what I'm going to do, because as we've said to you in the past, when you're using foil size, it will stay tacky. It'll be tacky tomorrow, it'll be tacky next week, it'll be tacky next month. It's going to
get something on it.
tacky until you do something with it. So when I'm finished with this, it will need a top coat, clear top coat, so that you don't get that tackiness there anymore. And that'll protect it.
Yeah. I've never seen her so excited.
No, honestly,
It's really pretty.
feel
It's
like
really
a child.
It's brought out the pink that's in the piece already.
Because I don't go for glitzy,
No.
over the top stuff, and I thought, well, the mirror deserves something.
Needs a set of lights now.
Huh?
Set of flashlights.
I do not want lights round it. What do you? Fluffy lights?
Yes. With a pom-pom.
You really don't know me at all,
No.
do you?
Right, how are we doing for time?
Oh, I have no idea. Let's have a look.
Lost track.
My goodness, would you believe it is gone 10 to 2?
Really? Time flies when you're having fun or when you're creating glitter in this case. And I'm kind of there here. I can't do anything. I can't show you, unfortunately, the salt wash effect until it's properly hard and dry, because that will give you the best look. So just to remind you, that's what I've used today for texture, and it's created an enormous amount of texture. You can see it loads,
The
can't
texture
you?
looks so much more when you've got the white
It
on
does, and I'm anticipating it looking really, really good once I've sanded it down, but that's going to be next week. And I might get some of it done, because I think I might need an electric sander, which I'm not going to do during a live, because it will...
it.
Well,
There'll be
maybe.
dust everywhere, there'll be noise everywhere.
But then we get on to all the embellishments and the pretty stuff as well, which I'm quite excited about. So
Yeah.
don't forget, Claire Taylor, she's the stockist. You can message her today on the Paint Forum if you'd like to have a go at it, and she will post some out.
Artisan Enhancements stockist for, or distributor for the foils, Mandy Crossland.
She's also in the group, you can message her.
Yeah.
So, quick reminder, what's our prizes? Prizes? Oh yeah. Moulds and...
Metallic embellishments.
Yeah.
Tim Holtz.
So you know what you got to do, share. Hi Figgy, lovely to see you.
Say that you've shared, comment that you've shared, and everyone that comments that they've shared will go into that prize draw. Whether you share it from the site, whether you share it from YouTube.
You can't share it from the Paint Forum. A lot of you have asked why I can't share it when we watch it in the evening.
You can't do it from that.
Because it's in a group
It's a
and it's a private group. So you have to go back to the main Fairy Chic page and share it from there.
Heather says shared as always. Well done.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for all your support. It makes the effort required to set this up every week absolutely worth it.
Yeah, it really does.
Thank you so much. And we will be online at 7 p.m. tonight.
7 o'clock tonight.
If you want to join us and
we can
ask any questions.
Chat. Yeah, answer your
Just
questions.
mess around for an hour.
Yeah.
We'll see you there. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Bye.